Hello, everyone. This is Callie with the Cosmic Haven Tarot here to give you your bi weekly love reading. So, thank you so much for joining me at this time. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and share with friends, share with family. If you would like to book a reading, head on over to thecosmichaven.com and book it, and that would be so wonderful to see you. Today I'm going to be using the Tarot of the Dance of Souls, which is like my newest tarot deck. I am absolutely obsessed with this. Look at this background. And I'll just show you right now because the Justice card is right here. Like, look at this Justice card. And really, like, perfect timing since we are in Libra season to have this Justice card at the bottom of the deck. So really about bringing in this balance, this harmony within ourselves, this karmic justice, whatever that means for you and your soul path. And if things aren't going the way you feel like they should go, take a step outside and look at the bigger picture of how the cosmos works and find the good within the bad. Find that silver lining, okay? I know it is a bit of a stressful time, especially here in the US. However, finding the silver lining, making these lemons into lemonade is what it's all about. Being present in this moment and realizing that this too shall pass is the name of the game right now. And we had this card fall out, so I'm just going to pull it and see. And nostalgia. So nostalgia, this I feel like this is more of your partner, like reminiscing on good times or your significant other good times, whether it's with you, especially with you. I feel like it's like, wow, this person has really been here for me, ride or die, thick or thin, and they're just really feeling that safety and support within you. And I'd just like to make a note that this deck, it has the major arcana, but it also has like oracle cards. So it has the 22 major arcana and the rest kind of read like oracle cards, which is so unique. So this nostalgia card is number 56, which is 11, which is bringing about that Libric balance once again. So 11, making that awakening, taking a step and looking back and seeing like, wow, I really cherish and appreciate this person. So there is just this deep sense of appreciation from this person that you are drawn to at this time, whether you are with them romantically or you are calling them in and you guys might just be in like the friend stage. There is this drawing to them. And yeah, so here's an 8, talk about balance. Like we have the 11, we have 8, we have intuition in reverse. And I feel like for you, this is really taking a step back and honing in on your intuition on a deeper level, okay? So for some of you, you guys might be lost in your thoughts. You might be consumed by the outer environment, but now you are taking this time to really go deep within and find that presence within yourself. And that's what's really bringing you to this person. And that's really essentially what they admire about you, is how you go within. No matter what is happening, you keep tapping into yourself. You keep taking that step back and breathing and then moving forward. So it's not like, I mean, things aren't always perfect, of course. You guys might have your little disagreements, but overall, this is a much smoother ride than any you guys have gone on, because you are able to step back and really look at yourself and look at why you are feeling triggered. And they're just taking this time to really let that sink in and to really appreciate it. Yeah, and so the more you do that, the more they have that sense of compassion. Like, you don't necessarily, even when you do confront them with issues, it's in such a light-hearted way that it's like very endearing to them. So they just have this deep love for you and this deep sense of compassion and really wanting to take care and nurture this relationship with you. It's really beautiful. And I feel like they just have this, I feel like for some of you, they might come from different cultures, different backgrounds, that so they come forward with this different mindset, and that's really what can bring about this turmoil, essentially. However, the way you deal with that and the way you embrace it and the way you accept that is actually melting their heart. And they're like, wow, this person is really actually seeing me for me and accepting me for me and not trying to change me, but it's just this deep love and compassion that they have for me, and it's really opening them up and being able to see like there is something beyond societal relationships where there is all this struggle and trying to change the other person. We're moving beyond that at this time. And for you, it's like, yeah, you desire them, but again, we have this quest in reverse, which is another 11. So, okay, so compassion is 9, so that's really mastery, but this is another 11, okay? So we have this quest in reverse, and it's more of an inner quest for you. You're not necessarily focused on pursuing a relationship like that. You're more focused on this self-healing, this self-reflection, this getting more into your being. And the more you do that, the more they are drawn to you. The more you do that, the more you guys open up to each other, which is so magical. And so then we have the Star. So this is what might be blocking you. There are times where you and this person might step outside of yourself and go seeking and looking beyond you and having that wishful thinking, especially with this nostalgia card and this intuition in reverse. There might be times where you just have this deep sense of longing to be in a relationship. And there are times when you feel a bit wary and you kind of worry, like, am I being too clingy because I do have this longing to be in a partnership? Accept how you feel, accept that longing, because once you accept that longing, it's going to transform into something even deeper, okay? And some of these things are really kind of indescribable because it's the presence, it's the love flowing through you rather than you being in love. You are allowing love to flow through your being, and that's really freeing to you. So as long as you are taking time to accept this longing and be compassionate with it rather than judge it, when you start kind of judging it and allowing the mind and the ego to get involved, that's when it starts becoming a problem. But feelings come and go, longings come and pass, all right? So allow yourself to ride the waves of these emotions. And I think like with this intuition and with this quest, it's like you're learning to accept the feelings that are inside you at this time. You are able to more accept the thoughts that come up and realize that these aren't necessarily your thoughts. This is just the monkey mind getting kind of bored and wanting a problem to solve. So you're taking time to really shed the layers of longing. Yeah, and so the more you connect, and this is especially connecting with yourself, and the more you connect with yourself, the more that longing kind of fades away. So when you feel that longing, just like sit there with it and breathe it in and just really feel into it at the deepest level you can. And then watch how, yeah, that feeling might be there, but it's not as loud as before. It's not as kind of controlling you as it used to maybe in the past. So really allow yourself to have that deep nurturing connection with yourself. And then we've got a 6 here. And then we've got a 6-6, which is care. And so this is a really good time. This is all about tapping into your feelings, tapping into what is going on in your body and taking that rest. So I encourage you all to really take time to rest and rejuvenate, because the more you take time to rest and rejuvenate, the less the mind is going to be active. It's getting active because some of you are really overworked at this time, and that's what's causing detriment. That's what's causing sorry, a bug flew in my eye. That's what's causing the longing to really take control, because you aren't taking the time to take a step back and process it. So really take time to care for yourself. Let go of focusing on grasping for a relationship. Allow it to be as it is. Stop focusing on the pursuit of money. Allow it to be as it is. And then once you start allowing, then your soul is going to guide you with the next steps forward. Then this person is going to come to you at an even deeper level. And so for them, it really feels like there's this shift in mindset. Like, again, I feel like this person has been really closed up and really seeing life from a lower, more egoic point of view, but you standing in your presence, you standing in who you are as a soul and allowing the love to flow through you, allowing the acceptance to flow through you, that's really transforming them on such deep levels, and they don't really necessarily know what to do with that. Yeah, so their mind, and again, here's another 11. So their mind is really trying to stay fixed to where it was, trying to stay in the old ways. And you are here shining your light so bright that it's like, if they want to stay in your life, their soul has to awaken. They have to allow love to start flowing through them. So you are really igniting this awakening. So this is a deep, deep, deep love relationship, okay? It's where you are allowing them to be free as they are, and with that they are transforming slowly but surely. And we've got the Lovers card, so another 6. Okay, we've got these 6s, we've got these 11s. All right, and so the Lovers card, this is going to be this deep connection because they are awakening to the love that is within them. So this might take a while, okay? Because you are learning to be present, you are learning to accept, you are learning to just feel what is in this moment. And with that, they are like opening their hearts and allowing love to flow to you. So there is this deep unconditional love between you guys, which is so magical. And I feel like, again, this might take a few months. If not, for some of you, it might take a few years. But this connection is so deep that it's worth it at the end of the day, all right? Like, I know these are all bi-weekly readings. However, I feel like this is like a long-term soul learning, soul experience, soulmate type situation where you guys are really learning from each other by looking at them and seeing what triggers they ignite within you. You are learning to let go of those triggers and to be present, to be accepting. And by that acceptance, they are learning to shed their layers. So you guys do have this deep, unconditional love for each other because you are willing to shed these layers. And so I would be careful with who you talk about this relationship with. Don't just talk to anybody, because not just anybody is going to understand. Yes, this person really excites you, okay? However, there are some people, it feels like sometimes family, maybe a few friends, who just really don't get what the heck you guys are doing, and they might misinterpret what you are saying. So say they trigger you, and then so you go and you're like, okay, well, yeah, they did this, this, and this. And those around you are like, oh, well, that's bad. Like, they need to straighten up or get their act together, or you just gotta let them go. Whereas you're just telling a story. It's not that deep to you. It's more like entertainment to you, okay? You might be laughing at this story, and they're like, oh, well, that's messed up. That you shouldn't let that happen, things like that. So just be careful, especially, I don't know when Mercury retrograde shadow period begins. I think it's later this month. Don't quote me on that, though. But their Mercury retrograde is going to happen one more time this year. And so especially during that time, just be cognizant of who you are talking to and who you are sharing this with. Not everything in your life needs to be shared with everyone, okay? And it's not necessarily like they are bad people. They just don't get it because they are not as spiritually evolved as you, okay? Just straight up, they're more in their slumber, okay? Yeah, and so union, the less you say, the better it is, because it's like there is this harmonizing of you guys and really this deep connection. And I feel like this goes with your friendships as well, because you're accepting where people are and being like, okay, you might not be ready to share this joy with me right now, and that's okay. And I'm going to respect that. And in turn, they're going to deepen, and your friendships are going to either, fly away. So I feel like a lot of your shedding and a lot of your letting go of friendships has occurred over the year, and now it's like more of a deepening of the current friendships you have. So really being careful of what you say around them, because not everybody is worthy of sharing this joy and this happiness. And they're going to realize that and be like, okay, what do I need to do to fix that? What do I need to do to adjust? Yeah, so a lot of them are really just caught up in their own mess and their own perspectives on relationships, which are more constraining, are more like materialistic. Like, this is what a man does, this is what a woman does, this is what two women do in a certain relationship, this is what two men do in a certain relationship. These are the rules of relationships. Whereas you're stepping outside of those rules. You're stepping outside of societal norms and being like, you know what, we don't need labels. We don't need like Valentine's Day. We just want to have fun and we want to experience life together. And if that means shedding the layers of my ego and letting go of a lot of this stuff that brings up drama and conflict, then I'm willing to do that, because I trust that this person is going to take care of me and nurture me. So some of these things that they're saying, yeah, at a certain level of consciousness, these are valid, okay? At a certain level of consciousness, maybe in order to feel safe, in order to feel protected, you might need Valentine's Day, or you might need a good morning text every morning. However, at this level of consciousness that you guys are going to into with your union, you don't necessarily need that, because you realize like, okay, yeah, that would be great, but I'm a whole and I'm a worthy person and I am present in my being, and I don't necessarily need that in order to survive. Like, I woke up this morning, I'm alive, and them not texting me goodnight did not kill me. All right, so you are really freeing yourself of these lower states of consciousness when it comes to relationships. And this communication, like you guys' communication, it feels like it's fire, okay? It feels like you guys are able to just express yourselves authentically, and you're getting to the point where you guys are able to say what it is you want from the other person and be like, you know what, yeah, I want this, but am I gonna die if I don't get it? No. So do your best, whatever. And this other person's like, oh, really? And you trust them enough to know that they are not going to take advantage, that they are going to step up and, you know, give you the best that they can. Maybe it's not what necessarily what you want at this time, but it's what they can give you. And as long as it comes from the heart, that's satisfactory. So there is like this deep, deep, deep level of trust with you guys that is so magical and so different. And I absolutely adore it, because it's like you guys don't necessarily ask or request or demand things from each other. You're just like, yeah, that would be cool, but you know, whatever. If you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. And the person's like, oh, well, yeah, I can be comfortable with that. And in turn, they open themselves up and they reciprocate energy to you. They reciprocate that love to you. In games, like, first of all, for some of you, you guys just need to take time to play. For others, this is more like you guys just play around a lot. So have fun, especially with your intimate energy, okay? So really just take time to enjoy each other, to feel into each other and feel into yourselves, all right? And release like these ideas of clinging to each other, and realize that, yeah, it's in this moment. And in this moment, this is forever, okay? Like, this moment right here, right now with you is timeless. And so 50 years from now doesn't matter, a day from now doesn't matter, because this moment is so precious to me. And when it leaves, it'll leave. And I'll take time to be in this next moment. And we're just going to have fun and see where it goes and be grateful for our time together. And that's really what it's all about. And so, yeah, it like, if you guys aren't in a labeled relationship yet, you guys are going to come into some form of intimate relationship. Now, I'm saying some form because, again, I'm saying that this relationship is beyond what society has labeled relationships, okay? This is fate because it is really helping harness energy and free people from detrimental relationships, from codependent relationships, from toxic relationships. You guys are bringing this purest form of love by healing yourselves, by being willing to trust each other. All right. So this is like cosmic fate. This is part of your soul path to really heal yourselves. And by healing yourselves, you heal each other and develop that strong bond of trust. All right. So before we leave, we are going to do the Dream Ritual Oracle deck. And again, thank you all so much for watching. Let's see what we have. We have record. So I feel like this is a lot of dream stuff. Start recording your dreams. All right. If you do not have a dream journal, go get one or use your phone. But really be able to record your dreams, because these are going to be messages from your subconscious on what it is you need to heal. A lot of them are going to be premonitions as well, okay? So really take time to record, write them down, text them down, send them to yourself in a text. Like, that's what I used to do for the longest time because I didn't like the notebook. But record those dreams. That's very important right now. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful week.